Hello, welcome to a presentation from the Nevada Department of Education's Digital Learning Collaborative. This is the Elementary Canvas Classroom Tour number 4, second grade. My name is Claire Cummings and I'm an elementary coding specialist at Dickens Elementary School in the Clark County School District. I also serve as a digital engineer for the State of Nevada's Digital Learning Collaborative. Today's agenda is simple. We will just take a look at the content and navigation in a second grade Canvas course. Previous videos in this series included a tour of a specialist classroom in elementary, kindergarten, and first grade. Today we will be looking at the classroom of Mr. McQuillan from Dickens Elementary. He is a second grade teacher, and I'm going to look at two versions of his classroom because the classroom caught my eye in October for a very organized layout using tables to show the work for the day. But then Mr. McQuillan has actually adjusted course and done a really cool Bitmoji way of navigation for the students, and I'm excited to show you the new version of his classroom. But this is what it looked like originally, and instead of doing kind of the traditional module style of having the different parts of the day go in a module with students hitting the next button at the bottom, Mr. McQuillan decided to put everything for the day in a table in order and just have it in one place. So you can see this 9 to 9:30 is the live session, so they would click this and go right to the Google Meet. And then we have fluency practice, which would open up the fluency video here. So he, in this video, instructs them to look at their fluency packet and kind of how to time themselves. And he also includes himself doing a sand timer here for the students as if he were in class with them, which is really cute.
Hi everyone. Today you're actually going to be using your fluency packet. Your fluency packet is the yellow packet that says second grade fluency. The first thing you're going to need is a timer. I have provided one below. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to wait until Mr. McQuillan says go, or whoever is timing you says go. Then you are going to read one of your passages as quick as you can for 1 minute.
So great to see the explanation video for the students, very clear and concise, and then also showing them where the timer is down here. So that is an example of how he linked the assignment and explanations here in this table. And then he does the same thing explaining how to do their phonics notebook as well. And then for their different assignments in Google Classroom, he had links right here that the students were to select. And that just continues on throughout the day in the different parts. You got lunchtime here, math live session, a link to a quiz in Savvis, and then Scholastic News right here, which they put into a Google slideshow. And so you can see it would be pretty simple to follow the day this way. And so this is one way that you could organize your Canvas classroom and make it very simple on yourself and also the students, so they're not having to figure out where they were in the module if they close out their page or something like that. So I thought that was really great. But then I took a peek into his classroom recently and saw that he had kind of changed things up, and very excited to show you this. So this is a Google Slides that has links embedded in it to different slides, and so it makes it very interactive. And so you can embed the Google Slide presentation right into the Canvas page, and then all of these things are clickable. So it says here to click on today's date. So he has by week. So this is a weekly slideshow that he puts together, which is nice for planning, I'm sure. And so it says here, announcements: if a day is in a different color, there's no school. So I can see there's no school Wednesday. Remember, if the assignment has a blue border, you find it on the computer. If it has a white border, it's on paper. And that's kind of a cool thing. I'll show you in a moment when we get into the assignments. Click Mr. McQuillan for support. Remember to look at the color of the assignments. Red is for reading time, and so on. So he's kind of color-coded things, which I think makes things very easy for the students to navigate. So we'll check out his support page first, because he said click him first. Looks like he's here in the pumpkin. So I'll click that. And this, he created another little Bitmoji classroom where all of these are links. So these are the different questions parents might often have. I need to speak to you. Click it. Has his email, phone number, how to go to the Canvas inbox over here, and then back to main page. I'd like to set up a conference. Here's the Google Meet for when they do set up the conference. And then here's how to contact him to schedule that. I don't know how to get my students to specials. This is great because we do have this problem sometimes when our links break and things like that. So he has the permanent specials links right here, so they can just go in and click which one they need to get to. So I love that it's like a frequently asked questions from parents page, basically, and you could keep adding questions that keep coming up from parents. I can't get to onto your Google Meet, often a question we get. So he has some steps on how to do that if the link is not working, which I think is really great. And then what are we learning in class? This takes them to the page where he has put all of the topics that they are learning for each week of the year, which I think is also a really cool thing to have, knowing that we have students that maybe can't attend our synchronous sessions and so on. So that is the little contact page, which I thought was really cool. And then when you click on the day of the week, we have the schedule right here, which is something I haven't seen yet as far as with students having the schedule, the full schedule posted like this, so they can kind of refer to it as they go through the day, like, okay, it's 12 o'clock. Oh yeah, I have math at 12:30 and that kind of thing. So this is pretty neat to see it kind of posted up front. And then he's color coded the assignments here with the color of the subject. So reading is red, writing is orange, green is math, and purple is science social studies. So that's kind of helpful for students too, to have it color coded. So you can see it links right to, there's that fluency explanation video again for you. It'll link right to that, kind of like the one we just saw where it explains how to do the fluency, but it says SEAL and ORCA so they know which passage they're on. And then for phonics notebook, he's also created videos for each day of their phonics notebook on what to do with each one, when to cut, when to color, when to read the words. That's very cool too. And then here, 10 minutes green path on iReady reading. So clicking that will take them to Clever to log into iReady. Same for Mayan, it will take them to Clever as well to log in. And then for reading phonics, Nearpod. So there's a Nearpod lesson for reading as well. And then for writing, this one will click, I won't be able to get there because I'm not part of his Google Classroom, but it takes them to their Google Classroom assignment for, looks like they're writing a final draft of From No Turkey for Thanksgiving. And then for math, we have a math Nearpod lesson and a 10 minutes on green path for iReady, so it takes them to Clever, and this one takes them to Nearpod so that they can be working on that during their independent time after the live session. And then finally for science social studies, we have the Scholastic News review and then science packet. So you can see here that this one is not linked because that is a paper activity. Like he said, the ones with the white border are paper. So this would be on paper, this on paper, and these on paper. And then the ones with the blue border are on the computer. So that is also helpful to remember which one's which. So you can see here they have Scholastic News in a Google slide presentation for the students to read that about Veterans Day. And the other thing I wanted to point out about the schedule is that all of the live sessions are linked here. So They're not having to go find that button. Everything they need is on this one slide. So you could really see them having this open all day to refer to, and then even specials links are there to take them right to their live session for specials. So this is very cool. I'm sure it takes a little time to kind of understand how to link the different slides and the different pieces. But I bet when you get it rolling, it's something that the kids could find very easy to navigate and understand. So I think this is just a different way that I haven't seen the assignments listed out for kids, but really think it's pretty effective, and I'd love to talk with him more about how it's going. So this is just another way to set up your classroom in Canvas. Again, this was second grade. There's no right or wrong way, lots of different ideas floating around about how to do things. So that is all for our classroom tour series today, following second grade with a Bitmoji style classroom setup. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at the email address below. And I thank you so much for joining us today for this elementary Canvas classroom tour series from the Nevada Department of Education's Digital Learning Collaborative. I hope you have a wonderful day.